Just a little taste to wake y'all on up out there. That was Chris Patrick with Up Now right here on Vocalo Radio. And I have Chris Patrick and Dende in the building with me, man. Y'all are in Chicago. How's the love been so far for both of you?
I love Chicago. This is like my second home, for real, for real. I used to be Atlanta, but I done worked on my whole project in Chicago. I done fell in love with the food, fell in love with the people. I like the hoopers out here. They're not like Jersey, but you know they still get better. Run.
We better. I understand.
Oh, no, don't do that. Bulls. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been really, really love out here. Shout out Sharks. Got shout out Sharks everywhere I go. Sharks need to sponsor me. I think they chicken is the greatest chicken in Chicago. Now I could be biased because I ain't been here for that long, but Sharks, I love y'all.
Okay. Normally it's Harold to Uncle Remus. I feel you, bro.
Man.
You said Sharks. I feel you.
You know what's crazy?
Sharks
We had a
is
blind
amazing.
taste test with some chicken, and they tried to confuse me and think I wasn't gonna figure out which one Sharks was. I knew.
That's like the test between Pepsi and Coca-Cola.
Hey, we had SR in there, and he got it wrong.
Oh, come on, Asar.
Got to put him on the block. Put him on the block.
I wish Asar could have made it today. I really do. It would have been, because I can't talk on his chicken taste right now.
Right.
Without
True.
him being here. But Dende, let's talk about your taste. You know, this is not your first time being in Chicago as well. So how is it revisiting, and what's some of your favorite foods to indulge in when you're here?
I love Chicago. I honestly came up, like, when I started making music, listening to Chicago artists, like, almost exclusively. So I always love being here. I don't like how cold it is. I hate that. I'm from Texas. But I do love the food. Like he said, I love Sharks. I get Sharks every time I come here. But one thing that is apparently controversial is I like the deep dish a lot. I feel like the deep dish pizza is the best pizza that Chicago has to offer to the world.
Oh my
I'm
God!
not gonna lie to you. The deep dish pizza is the best thing y'all have. So.
Look, I like deep dish too. So but we ain't gonna talk about me.
Oh,
I do the pizza in general is pretty good here. But you just spoke on, you from Texas. You don't really like the cold. And Chris, you're from New Jersey. So how does New Jersey meet Texas? And like both of you all click so well. You and Dende, like y'all click so well. So how did the connection amongst you two come about?
To be plain and simple, the internet and the pandemic was the combination for this amazing friendship. On top of that, we both weird, so it just be working out the way. Like, this is my brother for real. So it really wasn't nothing. I think what's the first time I met you, actually?
I think in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Where was
it
we at?
Atlanta? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it was Atlanta.
It might
I
have
don't
been
know.
Atlanta.
But I feel like I knew bro forever.
Yeah. Wait. So how long have you all actually known? You said pandemic, so I'm guessing 3 years?
Yeah, it's about 3 years. Yeah.
The first time I ever saw him was before 3 a.m. came out. It was like a video that he was like sitting in front of a computer and just playing that song. And I was like, oh, this song is fire. And I hit him up and I was like, yeah, we got to work on something. That was right before or like right when the pandemic happened.
I think that's when I got introduced to you through the internet.
Yeah, internet, man.
You know, shout out to Asar as well. You put me in tune with both of you all. And I mean, what was that studio session like for both of you all to finally connect and do some music together?
You know what's crazy? I think the first time we ever worked on, we just sent it like over. Like, I think when I did Dark Skin, I think I got kicked out the crib at one point in time, and I was in a hotel, and I wrote my verse in the hotel, recorded it there. And then I re-recorded it when I got back in the crib, obviously. But we didn't really have a studio session until maybe Atlanta, low-key, when we did the link up at Deontay's, right? Yeah. That might have been the first time we actually linked up.
That's
for
what
real.
I think it was.
Wow.
Wow.
That was the first time I met you. That was the first time I met Barry.
Yeah. Paris Price too, right?
Yeah.
No, we might have actually linked earlier because remember we went to D.C. for his video.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
that was the first
Killing
time.
me slowly.
That was the first time I met you.
Killing me slowly. That's my drink.
Hey, it's crazy how you two just vibe amongst others, because I don't even consider CXR a label. Like, I consider it so much like bigger.
Yeah.
Can I say that? I mean, I want you all to speak on it more, because people look at it as a label, but the components underneath this machine you all have, the marketing, even you all being on tour and coming here to Chicago to perform. Show is almost sold out, by the way. Congrats on that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, speak more on CXR.
I guess really to start with the inception of it kind of started in my cousin's basement. My cousin Now, shout out Now. It was me, him, and Miz. We started that up. My homie Austin joined, and then from there the team literally just expanded. And what it's really became is like a family just for fostering all different types of talent. I don't see it like a label either. We kind of just cover all our bases, everything damn near grassroots. Like, we just kind of work on this stuff from the ground up. And obviously we've received a lot of help as we've been working on this whole thing, but it really is created by the homies for the homies. That's what it's all been about. And to be able to do a tour with like my brother and to have the homie Asar pop out like for show, it just feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something we've been planning and working. I mean, obviously, I feel like everybody kind of discovered us in the pandemic, so that's 3 years, but there's another like 4 or 5, 6 years on top of this of just trying to get to that moment. You know what I'm saying? So to see all this stuff start to come full circle is very, 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 very amazing.
So, Dende, when were you introduced to CXR?
I joined CXR like the end of 2021.
Yeah.
I believe like right before I dropped Pregnancy Pack.
Pregnancy Pack got a single loaded too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go ahead, chime in about it. My bad.
But yeah, no, you good. Honestly, it just came from like the relationship that me and Chris had started fostering, and then I kind of met everyone else, and I started being around them more, and I was like, okay, I actually do feel comfortable with these people. Because honestly, before I joined them, there was another person I was probably gonna go to with management, but he wouldn't have known what to do with me as a person. Like he's very good at what he does, but he wouldn't have known what to do with me as a person, like just outside of the artistry. Like, and these people are people that I actually trust, and I don't really trust many people that I would like. I would sit there and like I would tell them anything about myself. I would let them help me with my career, which is something I hold really close to myself. So I love CSR. This is where I'm supposed to be at.
What's some of the biggest? I'm gonna say like what's a big main goal for CXR in like the next? I'm gonna just say 5 years. I don't want to stretch it too long, but you know what's a big goal you all are working to achieve?
I hope I don't misquote the values of anything and everybody, but I feel like CXR eventually will become just as big as the TDs and the Dreamvilles. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to literally cultivate a home base for just the next wave of talent to take over the decade. And I'm with you asking about the 5 years, but for the next like 10, we trying to really just run everything. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to expand, get better, get crazier. Obviously, it's a lot of young individuals, but we growing and learning this whole industry as we go with each and every day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a learning process for everybody. But I could definitely see that being a thing. Like we got the talent.
Absolute classic from Chris Patrick, right there. Gang Activity off his album X-Files. And his Vocalo Radio Chicago is on the NPR music station. I'm your host, Bekoe. Chris Patrick and Dende is in the building. And I heard you mention Elton, man.
Yeah.
So you recorded that at the good old Classic Studios.
You know what's crazy? I actually recorded a majority of that in my cousin's basement, for real. And I came out to Elton Classic, and they mixed and mastered the whole project. I spent damn near half a year in Chicago. I spent like a lot of them first 6 months in Chicago, back and forth from here to Jersey, working with Elton.
What?
And we was locked in, yeah.
That is, yeah, you gotta lock in to do
Yeah,
that.
man, I'm very meticulous when it comes to like mixes and making sure the music sound right. And Elton's always being patient and just making sure the sound is perfect. So like, I'd really be happy when he just working all together.
What even led you to Elton?
You know what it was? I always been a fan of bro. Like then they say like I came up on a bunch of Chicago artists, Mick Jenkins, Chance the Rapper, obviously, Saba. There were just so many people that I had seen I already knew his work. I had seen a lot of his stuff, and I had knew what he had touched already. And I think when I was doing the Grip Tour, was it the Grip Tour? Yeah, I think Grip Tour was when I put up a video, I think, or I put up something, and he liked it, and I hit him and was like, bruh, I'm literally a fan of your work. Have been a fan of your work. It would be an honor if I could just have you like, you know, are you taking any clients right now? It'd be an honor if I could work with you, for real. And we ended up connecting. I popped out, I think, the beginning of 2022, and then we just started working. Locked in, bruh, yeah.
The X-Files turned into what you want it to be, you know, with having Elton behind it and recording it in the basement?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Just what I expected him, what I expected it to be and what it turned out to be are two different things. Like, I knew it was gonna be great, but after hearing the mixes, I was like, yo, you took this to a whole new height in just ways I ain't even imagine. Like, I put my everything into that. And to watch it get, like, magnified because of a great mix and master, like, come on, bruh. Elton put me on the mad food spots too, so shout out Elton. Also, side note, Elton actually makes really good lemon pepper chicken that also will go head to head with all these chicken spots. I ain't gonna name no names. I don't know. Sharks is like revered in my head as like the goats of the city, but Elton makes some fire wings, like crazy. It's so fire that when I did my freestyle for like On the Radar, I shouted out how his wings was better than like, I ain't gonna say their names, but he was better than some Chicago spots. Not Sharks though. Sharks is crazy.
Well, shout out. I got to Elton. I got to try your wings. Dog.
Yeah, he nice. He nice, man. But that project, man, changed my life. Really felt good getting into that space. Side note, I'm trying to become the young boy of my lane. Like, I feel like young boy just consistently puts out great music, like great quality stuff, right? And I'm trying to do the same thing for my lane. Like, I know what my lane is. You got the Jizz, the Sabas, all of them. Amazing. Everybody takes their time. I take my time too, but I'm also living life constantly. I'm sure all these guys are too, but I'm just taking these moments and I'm putting them into music. Just like pumping them things out. So like I'm about to just be feeding the streets with music.
I want to know what X-Files has taught you. You know, everybody, when I was an artist myself, and
Absolutely.
every project teaches you something about yourself.
Yeah.
And with X-Files doing what it did and the marketing behind it, shout out to you on
Thank
the
you.
X-Files
Thank you.
documents.
There's so many people, man. So many people were part of that, man. I can't even name everybody, but I appreciate everybody who's a part of that for real, for real.
So how has that like personally changed you?
I would say with X-Files, I'm with you too. I think there are lessons that do come from every project created. I feel like with that one, it taught me that forgiveness is key. Self-forgiveness, especially. Like as men, you know, we don't know the way through this. Masculinity is such a fragile thing that is scrutinized by everybody, and I can't guarantee you what I'm doing is right or what I'm doing is wrong. However, I know self-forgiveness is key to help me grow. I can't linger too much on things when I do them wrong, and I also don't celebrate the highs too much. It's just like, hey, I live my life. Whatever happens, happens. I live with them consequences, but I know the next day is going to be a day for me to literally become better than I was. You know what I'm saying? So that's everything for me.
That's what I love to hear.
You feel me?
And you surprise people
Yeah.
with like a quick 3-track, if I'm not mistaken, a quick like EP.
Yeah.
Recently, what was it? That dropped, what, February?
You talking about before that X-Files, right?
I believe, no, wait, no, it was after X-Files.
Let me see. I'm trying to think about my
I'm finna go to your Apple Music right
Yeah, let me
now.
know. Let me
Because
know.
it looks look, it's so new, you don't even know what. You like,
I
hold
don't
on, y'all
be
dropping
knowing, man.
music without me?
It be so much music like going on. I don't even be paying attention no more.
So, Oakland Interlude.
Oh yeah. So we re-released the Oakland pack, man. I ain't gonna lie. We brought out Oakland Interlude. We brought out the instrumental because I know people will be liking the sings of that joint, and we got a slow down version. Like I was on YouTube one day and I listening to the slow down version of songs. I like doing that. That'd be vibey to me. And I saw Oakland Interlude. I'm like, how y'all do this? How y'all do this? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna put it out there. So it's just something to get people through, you know, as we wait for the next project, next wave of music, which is coming after this tour. So shout out to that.
Yeah. do you got a project title? You know, because I saw you tweeting about this new project to come.
Yeah. So prior to X-Files, there was this joint. There's 2 joints. I actually dropped 2 projects in a year. From the Heart 1 and From the Heart 2. From the Heart 2, I think tremendously changed my life. It opened up doors for me to even be able to be out here with y'all now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the next thing I'm about to drop is From the Heart 3. I gotta, close out that little trilogy real quick and bring some new tunes. What I like about From the Heart 3 is there's a lot of Atlanta on this project. A lot of Atlanta. Like, if you could feel the Chicago, like, there's a lot of Chicago on X-Files, but there's a lot of Atlanta on From the Heart 3, and I'm really, 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 really proud about that.
I love how you got both markets.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You got both markets on the music aspect.
I be
and
trying.
yours.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I be trying. Like, I feel like the coolest part about this tour, too, is I get to visit all the cities that played, big roles in just this project. Obviously, NYC, Jersey, that's where I made the project. Atlanta, I literally spent a lot of time there, working with Deontay, working with Marco Plus. Like, I had a chance to pull up the Since 80s camp. Shout out all of them, Jid, Eric Gang, Olu, all of them. Shout out them. Chicago is where we mixed it in LA. I got a lot of the homies send out beats from LA. So, like, just to be able to visit all these cities, it's love. It's amazing.
Now, Dende, I just played Flowers
Yes, sir.
off Before We Crash.
Yes, sir.
Did you crash yet?
Well, we crashed for sure. We crashed for sure. Before We Crash is basically a love project, a love EP, just chronicling different types of love and emotional attachments with different people. We kind of combined it together to make it one story to get you ready for when we crash, because we have an album that's dropping on March 8th, actually, the same day as our Atlanta show. It's called 95 Civic. And yeah, that album's a breakup album.
It sounds like you got memories in this 95 Civic, man. It sounds like a lot of candy eating.
Oh, my God.
Going down in this 95 Civic for you to talk. That remind me of Film Dot. He had 94 Camry.
Yeah, he did.
Now you got 95
Somebody
Civic.
tagged him in it when I posted the cover, and they were like 94 Camry, and he was like, yeah, I love 2 things: R&B and a car name.
Can you give people some description towards what they can expect on 95 Civic?
Basically the opposite of what you got on Before We Crash, not music wise, but like content wise, meaning like lyrics and subject matter. Because that EP is, like I said before, it's about love and finding it and holding on to it. And 95 Civic is basically about letting that love go. That album is about, I was engaged in 2021, and I am not engaged anymore.
Wait, whoa,
and that's what the album's about.
I wish I had a reverse button. Wait, you were engaged?
Yes, I was. I was engaged. I was about to get married.
Oh man, I mean, before it crashed, how was it? How was, being engaged? Was it what did that teach you mentally?
That I wasn't ready to get married. Basically, I really wasn't. I felt like I thought I was, and which is why I asked that question, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be able to dedicate my time to someone else at that magnitude. And I didn't completely know who I was yet. We were just getting out that pandemic, and I felt like I did a lot of soul searching during that, and I did, but I still didn't know completely who I was yet. So I wasn't ready to give all of who I am to a person when I don't even know who all I am is.
I mean, are you? And that was deep. Are you still open to of course, love and in a future marriage again?
For sure, I love love. I feel like, especially as an R&B singer, you gotta love love. So I'm definitely still out here.
How you feel about the state of R&B? Like I said earlier, I feel like you doing your thing. You keeping R&B to me where it needs to be, from the sounds to the content you put within your music. So how do you feel about the state of R&B? So I'm saying it's dead, but
so first of all, I want to say that when you're saying that I'm bringing stuff back, I want y'all to know that if you think I'm bringing something back, it's really my producer, Billy Blunt. Billy Blunt is the sauce. If you think you like my music, it's because you like Billy's production. Second of all, I think we're in a good space. I feel like everyone doesn't really listen to the underground artists as much as they should. And I feel like if you tap into those artists that aren't being forced on you, you'll hear some really, really, really good R&B, because I don't think it's just me. I really don't.
I love it. I love the I ain't even gonna say humbleness. I'm gonna say the kindness. I love the kindness, because you're not only spotlighting yourself, but you're spotlighting others. And you too, Chris, you can work with several R&B artists. The whole Byrie, Erica
R&B.
Officer. Y'all been working with Deontay Hitchcock, who switches it up, give you some rap vibes, some R. Y'all are so in tune. Even with Chicago, I've never seen Asar play the piano before, and I feel like all of you together just find this oomph to get the music out that you all want to make. And it's a blessing to have you all here while you're on tour. And before we talk about tour, Chris, you were on Billboard for the 2023 watch list.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, my brother.
I know, that's kind of crazy, right?
Did it shock you?
Yeah, it was surprising. You know what I'm saying? I would be a liar to say I was expecting that. I didn't even know that was going to happen. But when I seen it, it was really, really amazing. Even to look down the list, everybody on that list was special and unique in their own way. And for them to have included me, I feel great. You know what I'm saying? Again, it just come down to putting in all the work and just watching these moments become full circle for you. And also, real quick, I just want to shout out Deontay Hitchcock. I don't know if y'all peep his freestyle that he did on Bars on I-95. Bro, he done shouted out everybody and their grandmother. Me and Dende was one of the people who shouted out. So I just want to send that same love back to my brother. Appreciate you as usual. He gonna drop an amazing project this year too. Love that boy.
I'm gonna go check it out. Hey, you were also South by Southwest official artist, I believe, last year.
Yeah.
And now Dende.
Turn me up.
Representing Katy, Texas.
Hello.
You are an official artist of South by Southwest.
Yes, sir. I love South by Southwest. I love South by, man. I've loved South by since I was really young. I feel like it's always a really good opportunity for people that fly in or people that just don't even know who you are to just see a bunch of different artists get showcasing their art. This year we have a CX R&B show. I think it's on March 18th. Is that right? We're doing a showcase. Last year we had a CXR event, and it was kind of a mixture of different genres, but this time we're just doing straight up R&B. Because like you said, we are in a state of R&B, and I think we're in a really good one. I think we're in a upward trend of really good R&B. So we're trying to showcase that this year at South by.
I agree.
Yes,
that's dope for Chris, you to be South by Southwest artist last year and did this year.
Yeah.
The work you all are putting in, and now you're on tour. If I'm not mistaken, it's 4-city.
Yeah.
4-city tour. What made you all specifically choose LA? The cities you chose, what made you specifically choose them?
So this is where I feel like the minds come together. We study everything. We watch everything. We know that music in itself is one thing, but the ability to grow in this, you got to really put your heads together. When we watched Brent Faiyaz initially do his original tour, his manager was saying that he literally studied the statistics and saw where the listeners were at, and they went there. We ain't do no different. We literally watched that and said, all right, we're going to tailor this to where the bulk of the listeners are on this tour. L.A., New York, Chicago, Atlanta. I mean, it just makes the most sense. LA, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I didn't know what the turnout was. We sold that joint out. So clearly it shows that what we thought was gonna work is working. So, that's the whole name of the game. You feel me? Like, just trying to build that resume, just trying to show folks that we could literally bring out people to these shows. Like, it's not just internet and Spotify or Apple numbers. Like, nah, we really do this.
Real talent.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And now Chicago's on the verge of selling.
Yeah.
By
the time them doors open, God bless everybody who don't got their ticket.
I gotta ask you, as we get short on time, gotta ask you some tour questions, because this is like you all's first time. Like, this is your first headline tour.
Yeah.
You all are touring together.
Mm-hmm.
So who always get up late? Who's the one that take forever to get up out the bed, almost throw the schedule off?
All right, so he not here right now. But
wait, is it?
if we be honest, it's the A&R, the homie, the best friend Miz.
He's scratching his ear.
Is the last one to get up, but I'm like right before him, cause like I just like to sleep, cause I know how vital it be for me. But it be Miz, so we starting from latest to earliest. It's definitely Miz. It's me right after that, and then everybody else just wake up early. Mm-hmm. Swear to God, I'd be in the bed all day if I could.
What is Mizzy? Is
He's
Mizzy?
the one that came in with the shicey last time.
Yeah.
So the weird thing about Miz is awake. Like, he'll be awake.
Yeah, he'll be awake.
He'll be awake like when I'm awake. 'Cause I wake up early as hell. Oh, oops.
No, you good.
I wake up real early, and he is up because I see him like tweet or post something on his story. He just doesn't get out of the bed.
Yeah.
Like, he'll just lay there until the last second and be like, "Bro, we gotta go."
Wow.
We gotta go.
Shout out Mizzy.
Shout out Miz.
Who's the most productive? With y'all being on the road.
I feel like all of us, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's productive in their own way, shape, and form. Outside of beating Dende and Super Smash Bros, like, I'm pretty certain I had to say that. I had to say that because I'm not about to let this slide. Like, that's where a lot of productivity been going recently. But I think we all productive in our own way. Everybody, whether Colin's cutting up content, Noah trying to make a play, Miz running through songs to figure out what's next after the tour, Kev trying to get his sets right. Me and Dende playing Smash again. I'm better than him in Smash Bros. I just want to state that. Like, he sucks.
He's not better than me in Smash. He lost numerous times.
I beat you 2 times the other day.
Crazy.
Oh my God. If this wasn't no clean radio station, it would really get violent here. Like, we be talking crazy. But yeah, outside of that, we all pretty productive.
I love the energy. If I'm not mistaken, are you all flying or driving?
Driving.
Oh, perfect. Who's the scariest driver?
It might be me.
You think?
It might be me.
When the last time you let Miz drive?
Oh yeah, I don't get in the vehicle with Miz if he's driving. That's the thing. I feel like I drive the most reckless, but we get there.
Yeah,
we get there good.
I think I'm also the type too. Like, I told them, the homies the other day, I said, listen, if y'all want to get to Chicago early, it's not gonna be safe. But if y'all want to get there safe, we gonna get there late. And they ain't let me drive. Oh, you can ask them. They ain't let me drive. So I was in the back.
You drive like Miss Daisy.
Yeah, listen. My pops got me right. Defensive driving, all that. He taught me how to get there on time. He also taught me how to do it in a safe manner, but I always choose a safe manner versus getting there on time.
See, and I saw the video that you did for Better Than Him, which I do got loaded up. The way you pulled up with that 95 Civic.
I be whipping.
Yeah,
I drive a truck too, so that's
you whipped it right on the grass, my brother. I peeped it.
Yeah. Hey, I know he one of the best truck drivers I've ever seen. He's amazing. He be parallel parking on some craziness. Like, it's amazing. Seriously.
I drive a truck. That Civic is a stick shift, and it's kind of hard to go up the. It's kind of hard to go up the driveway, man, because it's really low. They lowered it. I got it from LA, and they lowered that car, so it's hard to go up inclines. So if I put it to the grass, I put it to the grass.
Oh man, I appreciate you brothers for taking out time to come again, man. I wish you all much success on your tour.
Thank you
for making Chicago a stop. Now I can finally see you all in person. Yes, do your thing. You got to plug that link again to let people know where to be at tonight.
xfilescxr.com for the link to the show. Get your tickets. If you show up at the door, I'm gonna wave for me. I'm gonna wave at y'all. I'm gonna come see y'all after, but like,
I ain't even gonna wave.
Dede is also scalping tickets. I think they're like $18, but he will be selling them for $100 if anyone needs them.
It's going up. It went from 18 to 50 to
because the demand went up. I just got some texts.
You feel me?
All right, this last joint I'm getting into, Dende, you got the streets on fire with this one, man. It's called Better Than Him. I'm sorry. Please break this down before I get into this.
This song is probably one of my favorite songs that me and Billy ever made. Basically, I was kind of tired of seeing how some people were treating their girls. And I was like, this is crazy, because if it was me, it could never be me, because I'm better than him. So I just had to tell them in this song that I am better than they man. This is it.
I can't lie, I treat you better than